Let's play a game. Let me go first. What if we were to do how a almost 20-year-old diecast model obliterates any current day Wings model? Sounds good? Well, that's what we will take a look at today. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 747-200 of European Air Charter. At the front of the box we have a lovely image of the aircraft in real life, and on top of that we have the European Air Charter branding. The backside of the box doesn't offer us too much details here, other than again the European Air Charter branding, and yet it is still a better attempt of a box design than Herpa's current standard boxes. And here she is, the Boeing 747-200 of European Air Charter. This netmodels aircraft model is one of four. Indeed, the airline was operating this aircraft in a variety of liveries. Basically, the layout was the same, but the color was interchangeable. There was a green one, this one in pink, and of course a blue and yellow one. One could almost get the thought that Iceland Air has got a little bit of inspiration from the past. But anyways, we are of course here to look at this aircraft model and not talk about liveries. And if we start our tour around the aircraft model with a look at the tail of the aircraft, we see on the vertical stabilizer the print of EAL, which of course is short for European Air Charter. A lot more and really lovely detailing we however find on the horizontal stabilizer. On the fuselage we then have the full registration code of the aircraft, and towards the very tail of the aircraft we do also have a bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. And while this aircraft does not have physical antennas, not surprising for an almost 20-year-old model, they have been indicated in the print here on top of the fuselage. If we then move on to the front of the aircraft, we can see across the fuselage the writing of European, and we have a plethora of static ports and sensors printed on across the fuselage. Also, the doors have been given quite a bit of detailing. Of course, then we also have the cockpit section, again here with quite a lovely amount of detailing, including the cockpit windows, the window wipers, and above the cockpit windows the emergency hatch for the cockpit. The engines are probably the weakest detail of this aircraft model, as neither the amount of prints nor the physical detailing really can convince me. However, again, this is a 20-year-old model, and for that I would say it is still alright. So from the slightly disappointing engines we can however move on to the next highlight of this aircraft model, and that are the wings, which we should of course also take a closer look at. Starting off at the top side, where we can see the different flap slats and spoilers have been carved out very nicely. We have some different shades of grey for additional detailing. We have the markings as to where to walk on the wing printed on, and the underside also boasts of a lot of physical detailing, but my personal highlight are the addition of the landing lights. Again, a detail that to this day is not standard with Herpa wings. The landing gear clearly also shows a little bit the age of the aircraft model, as we have seen better attempts of that in more recent aircraft models, and yet I would still say that it is pretty much alright. And okay, the front landing gear seems a bit wide, but at least it does have the addition of some printed details with the last two letters of the registration code. Again, something Herpa can't be bothered to do today. And then last but certainly not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here at the back of the aircraft, and also here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 747-200 in the pink standard livery of European Air Charter of netmodels in scale 1 to 500, and what can we say about this aircraft model? So the aircraft is almost 20 years old, and there are a few places, especially with the physical detailing, where that shows. For example, how the wings have been mounted to the fuselage, the engines, or the landing gear that could be a little bit better. But overall the aircraft model is still way ahead of any current day attempt from Herpa Wings, especially in the print. This aircraft model puts any Herpa Wings model to shame. The amount of detailing and the execution is simply excellent. The details that are just standard with this aircraft model, which we to this day not even are getting as a standard with Herpa Wings Club models, actually turns any Herpa Wings model into some kind of a joke when we consider what this model was capable of almost 20 years ago. Of course, this is an aircraft model of a little bit of an obscure airline, and delivery might also not be everyone's cup of tea. But if you are into retro aircraft, then this is definitely an aircraft very much worth considering for one's collection. Now, with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.